Hello, this is Crypto CJ. It's the trade of the day, Friday afternoon Zoom edition. And Bitcoin and the market overall has done pretty well this week, considering some of the news coming out of the Fed. The interest rate was raised 75 basis points, as most people expected, since that was already priced in. Markets took off yesterday. A little pullback today in some of the tokens. Let's go to the charts. Start with Bitcoin. Whoa, not that. All right, that's what I want. You should be seeing my Bitcoin day chart.
Yes.
All right. I bumped up the range a little bit to 24,000, though we haven't had a close there yet, but it was pushing it today a couple times. I was doing some trading on BNB and it was flirting with 300, hadn't been there since early June. So it's nice to see some of those numbers coming back. Again, Bitcoin is withstanding most of the bad news that's been coming out lately, just kind of shrugging it off. So that's a good sign. Wouldn't surprise me if we had a pullback this weekend, but overall, I like what I'm seeing. If we dip again down below or around 20K, again, wouldn't surprise me, but that could be healthy and then take off from there. But we have some support here on the day chart, right around just right around 21,000. So we'll see if that holds. Hopefully it just takes off. Enough of this tomfoolery. Let's jack this price up. And on Ethereum actually did better. My range here is 27% for Bitcoin. On Ethereum, so, it's 70%. It's from 1,000 up to 1,700. And we did have this close yesterday, over 1,700. Again, a little bit of a pullback today, but overall, Ethereum's looking really good. We'll talk about Ethereum Classic in a minute. It's also benefiting from this pump. Any questions or comments about the overall market, Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins in general? Okay, I didn't really look at news much. Let's take a quick look, see if TradingView has anything interesting for us. Yeah, these articles are talking about 24K could be resistance. Looks like it is at this point. It's 28K possible, but again, these aren't really news items as much as they are technical analysis reports. So not really seeing anything that interesting to talk about in the news. So with that being said, let's go over to Altcoin Alert, see if we can find some trades for this weekend. Okay, I've got my Altcoin Alert, Altcoin Radar set up, and I usually start with the AA score. Looking for values 80 or higher. Let's refresh first. And we don't have any. So we have this Coin Metro stuck permanently at 74.2, it seems like. And after that, everything's below 70. So I'm not really interested in these AA scores, but we have other sorts. So let's bounce over to the long-term sentiment, which is the word on the street. What are people talking about online? And then we have our Elder Impulse Daily, which is another sort I like to use. And I want to see if any of these match up. Elder Impulse is a technical indicator, kind of like combines EMAs, MACD, that kind of thing. And what I'm looking for is a very bullish or bullish on the sentiment and bullish on the daily, Elder Impulse Daily. So when I see that, that is worthy of further investigation. And we got some blue chips in here. We got XRP, Ethereum, VeChain, Ethereum Classic, which I mentioned earlier, and then a few more, but those should keep us busy for the next 10 minutes or so. Let's check out XRP. Well, actually, let's go to Ethereum Classic first. I was looking at this earlier. I've got the chart up already. So I did hear some news about this one. Ethereum Classic is remaining a proof of work project where, the big upgrade in Ethereum is going to be moving it to proof of stake, which would be less energy intensive. But help me out if I'm wrong on this. I believe the proof of stake options are more prone to hacking, where proof of work not so much. So regardless, Ethereum Classic ETC is going to stay proof of work. So these miners need to go somewhere, and this them moving over to and beginning to mine Ethereum Classic might be what's pushed up the price a little bit. I've got an alert set at around $34 based on a suggestion from Sheldon the Sniper. You guys know I like him on Crypto Banter. So we'll see if the dips over the weekend. I could pick it up at that rate. Pick up maybe a return to this 40 area or this 50 area. All right, but the day chart again shows that big move in March. Shows a big move in March up to 52. Gave it all back. Now it's heading back up to that area. On the hour, got a big move from a few days ago on the 25th, up almost 100%. Gave a little bit, about a third of that back, and then trending up a little bit today. So what do we do with this? On the 5-minute, we don't really have an entry. This dip sequence was really nice. Unfortunately, it's at 4 in the morning, but it's like this is a really good looking dip sequence. We got a squeeze here and then a bubble out, 1 dip, 2 dips, 3 dips, probably get in here. Does do a 4th dip, but it's still a good entry. Drops about 2%. Probably would have gone to the SMA line on this one for between 4 and 5%. Been out of that, 2 hours later. That's a really good day trade. But we are on the current 5-minute chart, bounced off the SMA line, heading towards the top of the Bollinger Band. Not really where I want to get in a trade. As a dip trader anyway. If you're a trend trader, I'd say if this punches through the through the top of the Bollinger Band with some force, that might be a decent trend trade. So what do we do now? We've got some short-term support here around 38.50. That could be a good return. Not a return, but a good place to place a price alert. 38.20. Click on Altcoin Alert, Elder Impulse Sort, and then what you call your alerts is up to you, but that's what I like to do. Whatever the information source is, and put that in there. I'm not going to do that for this one because I've already got a lower one based on another recommendation, but this is a coin I'm interested in trading. You could also use an indicator alert. I've talked about these quite a bit this year. I like these alerts on the 15-minute chart. I'm going to go ahead and engage divergence. Like divergence alerts. Here they are. Since divergence is just like it sounds, it's diverting. It's contrary to. It's where we have a disagreement between the candle action and the indicators. So when the candles are going up and the indicators are going down, that's bearish divergence. And when the opposite occurs, it's bullish divergence. So I like to look at what some of the past divergences did before I decide if I'm going to use that as an alert. And these haven't done that well. That bullish divergence went down 9%, still a loss. Not so good. And then a bunch of bearish divergences went down a little bit, but this one did pretty well. That went down 10%, so that would be a good short if you do that kind of thing. So the other alerts I like are on the MFI or the RSI. I like to catch these dips when the MFI dips below the 20 value, which is considered oversold. On the MFI, and then the RSI 30. I've been using the MFI more than the RSI lately. MFI seems to be a little bit more sensitive. And as you can see, each time it's dipped below the 20. This one went to about 23. It had a nice recovery. That one went up 25%. This one, 11%. This one, almost about 7%. So these are all really good day trades. So I'm liking the MFI on this particular setup. So to do that kind of alert, you right click on the MFI, crossing up, value 20, I might go 20, 23. And once per bar close is important. And elder impulse sort. So that's what I would use. But again, I'm looking for this to dip down to about 34 before I get in. So it may not go down that low. This might be the better alert for a day trade. So, maybe I'll do both. When in doubt, do both. So there we go. So I'm in on that one too. Actually, I got to raise that a little bit. So I'm going to edit this, bump it up to 25, and then save it. All right, now I'm good. Any questions on ETC, Ethereum Classic? All right, the other one that caught my attention was Rose.
What's the volume on Rose? Is that reasonable volume?
I've traded it before. It's been a while. Yeah, it's showing, well, that's probably market cap. Yeah, market cap. So market cap's pretty good, but that doesn't tell us daily volume on Altcoin Alert. And I don't really trust the volume on TradingView, so I don't have it in there. But if it's on my list, it generally has $1 million or more on a 24-hour 24-hour USD. Trying to remember if this is on Coinbase Pro. I could bring it up, but I have to turn off my VPN to do this, or I'd have my Bybit chart and I could look at it in 2 seconds. But
I'll look it up on Bybit.
All right. I've traded on Bybit and Binance before. Okay, so had a nice move earlier today, 8 o'clock hour. Let's get the overall look. Big drop from January, 90%, coming back a little bit. On the hour, last 4 days, up over 80%. Gave a little bit back today. The 5 minutes, super squeezy after a big pump. Can't talk today. A big pump this morning. Yeah, we got 3% between the Bollinger Bands. This is not a good entry point. So let's do an alert. Let's catch this in a desirable situation, either later tonight or tomorrow. Got some short-term support here, right around 6.8 cents. So that would be a pretty good place for a price alert. Crossing.
So that volume was 18.7 million. So that's all right.
Yeah, that's good. Definitely within the parameters. So that would be one option. And then we got our 15-minute chart, divergence. And bullish divergences have done very well with Rose for the last few days. This one on the 27th, over 10%. This one early morning on the 28th, same thing, well over, double digits. This one here. Yeah, I think I'm, and none of these are going into the oversold area. So I like what I'm seeing with the divergence alerts. I think I'm going to set one for tonight or this weekend. So I'm going to go with the positive divergence detected once per bar close. Elder impulse sort. I'm good to go. So when that goes off, a lot of times on divergence alerts, I will do a secondary confirmation alert on the MFI or the RSI like I did on Ethereum Classic moments ago. So, okay, on the chat. Frank suggesting, let's direct message to me, put the 8 and the 3 EMA on any chart. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that at this moment, but maybe on my basic chart, I'll add that, or I'll put it on a more specific chart that that I think that can help on. So thanks for that suggestion, appreciate it. I could throw it on now just for fun. Let's take off divergence. I don't want too much clutter. And we haven't added an alert live in a while, so EMA, moving average exponential. I usually go with those. And this is an alert or a indicator from TradingView itself, and they've updated it. I think that update was a while ago. So I'm going to click that. And I'm going to go over here to my settings, and the standard is 9. Frank's suggesting an 8. Go to my style. EMA blue, I can't see it very well. So I'm gonna make it like neon green. Make the line a little chubbier. Thickness. And I'm good to go. So what a lot of traders do is they use EMAs as a determination of a trend. If the price action, they won't take a long unless the price action's above the EMA. They won't take a short if they're trading leverage unless the price action's below. So most of them tend to use longer time frames like the 20 or the 50, 100, 200, that kind of thing. So the 8 is kind of following the candle action, maybe a little tighter than I would like. But I haven't tried an EMA that was this low before. So, this is kind of intriguing to me. I'll leave this on for a while and see how I like it. All right, any questions on Rose or the 8 EMA? Okay, what else did we have? XRP, Ethereum, Ravencoin, VET. Let's look at XRP. Okay, in the 5-minute chart. Between the SMA line and the top of the Bollinger Band, not a great entry point. Oh, gotta look at the day chart, get the big picture. It was flirting with $1 not that long ago. Drop down here, about 60%. Pretty good move last few days. 15% drop today. And we've got this on the 5. Again, not a good entry. Had a pretty good dip sequence here. Made a nice bounce. 1.48 to the SMA line. I think we have better options than this. I like the 2 prior ones had much better action than this one has. So I probably would be more interested in those. But if you want to look for a price alert, I don't see a real obvious one. Maybe between these 2 support areas. You maybe put your alert around 36 cents. Or a little bit below, maybe like well, yeah, like right at 36 cents would catch this support area. So that might be an option. On the 15-minute, see what we've done with divergences. A couple of them have done okay. 1.2% here. And then we have this pump here, which is much better, 5 to 6%. This one here, 1.6. 2. I mean, you could. One good thing about these higher volume coins that don't move as much is they're safer for scalping it. You know, if you're into leverage trading, it's safer for scalping at higher leverages. Less likely of a catastrophic move against you, but you know, still always a possibility. Anything's possible in crypto. So that's I'm kind of lukewarm on this one. If you want to trade it, we do have an MFI that went down into the oversold area and then bounced back. You know, entry about here. Not even 2%. You know what? I just don't like it, so I'm going to bail on this. Any question on that? Any questions on XRP? All right. Well, let's look for a short this weekend. What is not doing so well? What is crap? So we're going to sort the AA score. Computer's a little pokey. And reverse sort it and reverse everything I just talked to you about. All right, bearish. I don't. Got Tomo and Solana that one can short, and it has to be on a token that the token has to be on an exchange that allows for leverage. So you heard Craig and I talking about Bybit a little while ago. We both use that for this purpose. You can do some leverage trading on KuCoin, I believe, and there's another one called BitGet that US residents can use too. Let's check out Solana for a short. Okay. Let's look at the big picture. Gotta get rid of some old drawings. Get rid of this for the moment. It has been trending down. It's not really had the pump that some of the others have had lately. Let's look at the hour. We did get this move. I take that back, and we did get an over 20% move last few days. So that's not bad. On the 5 minute, kind of straight ahead and choppy right now. You know, less than 2% between the Bollinger Bands. That's not good. So what we want is something like this, something that pumps, you know, breaks through or is close to the top of the Bollinger Band, then bounces off. You know, move down to the SMA line here, 2.3%. You know, this one's really good, 4.5%. If you're at, you know, 2x, 5x leverage, that's a really good day trade in less than 3 hours. So we're going to reverse the process and look for it to go up and then bounce back. So your price alert could be here around 43.37. So now there's some more. Instead of support, we're looking for resistance. Resistance here around $44. I think that's where I'd put my price alert, around $44. And let's look at the 15 minute. Let's check out if divergence is going to be helpful. Got some bearish divergences that they weren't terrible. Almost 2% here. Yeah, that one, almost 3%. This one goes down to about 2.5%, comes back up, down again. Yeah, this one's not good. Goes up almost 5%. And another one kicks in. So you would have been in this one for a while. Yeah, 1.5% in about 18 hours. So not bad. The MFI alerts that are going overbought. If this one goes over the 80, we're looking to go below the 80 on the MFI. And this one isn't really very good. This one's pretty. Yeah, these are just they're about 2%. So, on say 5x leverage, that's a 10% trade. That's pretty good. Not sure whether the RSI or the MFI would be the better alert. Divergence isn't bad. This one was good. This one was good. I'd say I'm looking at 6 of them now. I think 4 of them were decent. So yeah, I might try one. It's 38.3. There we go. There's my alert. Any questions on Solana? Okay. Let's do 24-hour change sort, or no, actually 1 hour projected range. I actually prefer to do these earlier in the week when the volume's better. So we'll go to the 24-hour change, like I said the first time. So there's 2 approaches you can take. One is something's pumped up and it's due for a drop. This one's interesting. Venus, I don't know if XVS can be is a leverage situation or not. I know Rose is. We looked at that a little while ago. So some of these that have pumped up are usually good for retraces. Or do we go the trend route? It's been beaten down, but it should go down some more. Like CRV, Rune, Sushi, these are all 3 candidates. They dropped like 6 or 7%. Maybe they'll drop even more over the weekend. So let's look at CRV. Look at Rune. Traded that recently on a long, did okay. Okay, on the day chart, big drop from March, coming up a little bit. On the hour. Yeah, 30% up, about 10% down. 5 minute. Pretty consistent down, as we saw on the Altcoin Alert list. So super squeezy at the moment. Not sure where it's going to go. Go to our 15-minute chart. And most of these divergences have had dips. Yeah, I'm not going to, this one did not. I had a little dip and then a pump. So these 2 had little dips. Most of them had smaller dips. And one is printing now. It hasn't closed yet, just a flash. So this is why you don't want to jump in just because you see that, because this might repaint. So that's why we do that on the alerts, the close of the candle. So that's on Rune, that's a possible option. Divergence alert on the MFI. That was a nice move down on this one here. Coincided with that MACD divergence. Another one here. There was an RSI divergence, went down about a little over 2%. So that's pretty good. So I think either the MFI or actually the MFI didn't catch this one, but the RSI did. And it's also caught by the by divergence. So Divergence might be the better option. I'll throw that one on. Let's see, that was a 24-hour. And my friend Robert, this is his strategy, so I'll give him credit. Okay. Any questions on Rune? Well, that's about all I have for Altcoin Alert. We've been on for about a half an hour or so. Do you have any questions on this, day trading, or the market overall? You guys are pretty quiet for a Friday. All right. Well then, I'll go ahead and stop this here. If you're watching on the recording, thank you for that. Please check out the opportunities in the comments, help support the channel. And for those of you in Carbon, stick around. We'll go ahead and start that Zoom in a couple minutes. Have a good weekend.